Hey, it's Melissa with Atlas CFO. Today we're talking about cash flow. Cash flow is a normal problem within construction contractors, and today we're going to talk about 3 warning signs that would give you a heads up that you could be wanting to engage in cash flow management, and also to let you know it's normal. Cash flow problems can be absolutely normal in a construction business and even in a profitable construction business. Today we're going to talk about the 3 things that would be something that you better pay attention to. Because it is normal, because we have an accumulation of costs before we get the billings, that would create a cash flow problem because it's timing difference. And we also naturally have retention, so that also is going to give us this cash flow variance. But not only do we have those, we also have a few other things that can really affect us, and we want to be on the lookout for them. The first one is job losses. It kind of goes without saying, oh yeah, of course, if we have job losses, we would have some negative cash flow, but it's a little bit bigger than that because one job's loss can create almost a snowball effect of what would be happening in your cash flow. So if you do have job losses, you kind of want to look ahead about 30 to 60 days because sometimes it's insidious. It actually shows up quite a bit later than the actual recognition of those job losses. And also, if you have a catastrophic job, that can really create some nasty cash flow problems because it's going to pull the whole cycle down. If you are looking at some jobs that are going to be losses, you'll want to be very, very careful on those jobs to make sure that you're not ending up too far negative as far as a timing difference. You're going to naturally have to deal with that loss, but if you can keep your costs and billings associated with each other very close in timing, that's going to help you mitigate the cash flow issue on this loss. The next item is just the difference in timing. You know how costs are building up and, oh yeah, I'm going to get that job billed. Oops, I didn't bill that job this month. That can really create a bad situation because you're not only not getting the billing out, but you still have to wait for your customer to pay you. You could accumulate 2 or even 3 months, yikes, of costs before you bill the job. And then if your customer takes 60 days to pay you, your cash cycle is now 5 months. Oh, that is going to be very tough to manage. Keeping your costs and your billings on a real good tight schedule is going to help you mitigate having this happen to you. One of the places you can see an underbilling is on your WIP schedule. And if you're keeping your WIP schedule on a monthly basis, you'll be able to see a job that is either consistently underbilled or largely underbilled right at the end of the month so that you can get ahead of it. And the last item I'm going to cover today is if you have too much debt or the wrong utilization of lending. What this can look like is maybe a too small line of credit. So your company has grown, and because of that growth, you're going to need a larger line of credit. This happens so often in construction because we are growing businesses and we may get a really large contract and our line of credit just isn't in line with what we're going to be spending and our timing on that job. The second thing that happens is if we have too much equipment that is underutilized, that lending problem will rear its ugly head in cash flow because we've got a piece of equipment that we're paying for, but we're really not getting the revenue off of it. And the last item is if there's any debt related to owner transactions. For example, a owner transition or succession where there's a buyout, a lot of times that puts some pressure on the cash flow because we've got to make enough money to pay the old owner and still operate the business. So there's a lot of things that you can do, and I talked about a few already. Cash flow forecasting is a big one. We cover that in All Access and in Cash Flow Control. Talk to your banker, have a great relationship with your banker. This is your partner in getting through some of these timing differences. Look at those underutilized equipment. They are pretty sneaky because you think, oh, it's okay. I can handle this. I just have to make the payment. Sometimes it actually creates a larger effect than that. And whatever you can, do your best to minimize job losses and keep those costs and billings right in line with each other. We created a free 7-day owner financial boot camp that you can join off of our website. Our goal was to give you the key 7 topics, cash flow is one of them, that you can really harness in your organization to change profitability, change the control of the financial situation, and really give you confidence. If that sounds like something you'd like, head over to our website, atlascfo.com, and click on that 7-day training, and we'll get you started. Thanks for joining me. It's always a treat, and we'll talk to you soon.